So a lot of people are emailing me that there's been another huge purge on YouTube. And that's never good. I think people should be able to talk about whatever they want, whether it's stupid, hateful, correct or incorrect. It should be left to other YouTubers to correct the record, not YouTube itself. No more than the phone company should have a say in what you get to talk about on the phone or not. I mean, frankly, even if you're plotting illegal activity on the phone company shouldn't be able to stop you from doing that. The cops need to, the FBI, whoever. This is an increasing problem that Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, those are the biggest ones, right? Apple does as well. But any of these things that are censoring what people say, I don't agree with that. I think people should be allowed to talk about the 17th letter of the alphabet if they want. I do want to remind people, though, that I've been saying all along, I don't think you should follow that. I don't trust it. I don't agree that where something anonymous goes, we should all follow blindly and not question it and anonymously swarm anybody who does question it. And you know, when I look at some of these channels that have been canceled today, some of them are channels that I watched and valued. Some of them are channels that I have said many times I think are social engineering operations. But I mean, it goes right back to this guy in the Falcon pajamas. Even if there's a portion of what he's saying that's true, even if everything that he's saying is true, there are people surrounding that thing that just seem absolutely and unequivocally to be social engineers who are trying to, you know, connect themselves with something important and then do something to make it all seem stupid. And we've already seen Forbes. It was kicked off really by the Daily Beast because for whatever reason, things like Forbes that people think are legitimate, you know, there's some people who even said to me that they were surprised they thought Forbes was okay because it's somehow, you know, a financial thing, that they would be honest. I don't agree with that. I think if it's owned by, you know, billionaire Steve Forbes or started by billionaire Steve Forbes or any billionaire for that matter, why would you trust that? And I'm not saying that all billionaires are liars, but that's a guy who started a business to make money. And, you know, ads go into Forbes and, ads go into Forbes and people pay for those ads. And so if somebody's paying lots of money to Forbes, I don't know that Forbes would necessarily report wrongdoing by that person paying them lots of money. I don't know. But so Daily Beast brings out that story saying that everything to do with Falcon Pajamas Man is a conspiracy theory that's been debunked, aligned with that letter after P-Anon. Whether it is or not, they've now, I mean, that's a well-established thing that if somebody, which frankly is a lot of people, is watching CNN, reading the New York Times, you just talk about that and immediately people, you know, dismiss anything connected to it, roll their eyes about it. Do people remember when that lying dope Jason Burmis, totally unprovoked, put out some video where he claimed that I was profiteering from that letter that is not to be mentioned? That was flatly untrue, and it came out of nowhere, I believe, in connection with another social engineering operation that despicable lying character was planting on people. And I think that these things are laid out over months with multiple different players, people who perhaps spend years gaining your trust, and then they strike. You know, a lot of people talk about these limited hangouts. They say, well, oh, you know, it's 90-10 or 80-20, so I'll just listen to the 80% of what that person says that's valuable. There's still information there. I'm not saying don't listen to them. I'm not saying, I just, you know, people need to be very on guard. People need to be very skeptical. I'm not telling people to trust me. Evaluate everything that I say. If I tell you to trust me, I mean, how is that convincing? Anybody would say, oh yeah, trust me, particularly a liar. So people should definitely make up their own minds. evaluate anything you hear from any source. I never trusted, anonymous sources, very sketchy. I think the move is they get a bunch of people to have confidence in someone or something, and then they align that someone or something with an entity. It's that Pied Piper theory. We heard Hillary Clinton had that theory for Donald Trump initially. Get everybody to follow Donald Trump, then put out the video that says he likes to grab women by the feline. And they said, oh, see, now everybody who is following Trump is a dope. You're left feeling like a dope. Vote for Hillary Clinton. Didn't work, but they keep trying it. They keep trying it. So again, it's very possible that everything the guy in the Falcon pajamas was saying was true. Here's an owl selling allergy medicine. How you doing? Do we see this? Even if everything that guy was saying is true, the questions that I've posed are, why did he wait until 2 weeks before the election to bring it out? Why did they present it in the way that they presented it through a journalist that has no prior history, no background really in journalism? She's been a professional poker player, which a component of that career is bluffing, lying to people. She's been drummed out of that professional poker community. I'm not sure why. People can research that. There was some dust up on Twitter over that. But why is she able to tweet all this stuff undeterred? Her Twitter following went from like 100,000 to 200,000 in less than a week. And other people, including the President of the United States, tweet stuff out, and it gets warnings, it gets blocked. True Pundit's Twitter account has been totally removed. Crowdsource the Truth publishes a video poking holes in that stupid story, and that video is removed in less than 12 hours. The entire Vimeo account is canceled. Now the sponsor exclusive shows, new shows, are still going to be coming. So people who are sponsors on subscribestar.com/crowdsourcethetruth and patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. I should have worn my sunglasses. I want to thank you and ask you to stay with me. We're going to get this fixed completely. The full library will be back up literally in a matter of days. Got a custom video server being built just for Crowdsource the Truth. People could see the video that I'm talking about, where we're asking these questions about Alan, Parrott, Falcon, whatever his name is. And we're just posing questions and kind of stating the aspects of this presentation that seem dubious, and just asking those questions. Got the whole entire Vimeo account taken out in less than 12 hours. And Vimeo is owned by IAC, Chairman and CEO Barry Diller, who placed Chelsea Clinton on the board, giving her $10 million in stock of that $2 billion company. She's got no business experience. And they own Vimeo and the Daily Beast. So virtually simultaneously with the Daily Beast releasing the first article that says that Parrot Falcon Man is a conspiracy theory, they smashed down my video, which essentially was saying that the guy's a social engineering operation. They are social engineering the public to think that this guy is a conspiracy theorist and that his theories are conspiracies that can just be sort of waved away. I'm trying to convince you that this guy, I'm not saying he's lying, he might be being lied to. Why are all those cops just standing there? There's people getting assaulted all over the place. They're guarding a vacant store. Hooray for the cops. Can you please arrest someone who's trying to destroy my equipment, my business, my life? It'd be nice. I don't want to defund the police. I'd like to reorganize them and give them some proper leadership, starting with the mayor. Defund that joker. But anyway, I remain convinced that what's going on with Alan Parrott is a social engineering operation, and that they've approached these Gold Star families to try and fool them as much as they're trying to fool each of us, because people have said directly to me, I don't know, Charles Woods is involved. He wouldn't be involved if it wasn't real. There's another Verizon truck down there. Can people see that? Oh, and then what's this? The CIA. Huh. Mechanical Corp. How do we like their logo? This is Verizon Fios. I don't know. I believe there's a lot of Verizon trucks on this block with the CIA. What do we got going on here? Steiner building. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Looks like some kind of dental thing. Yeah, so I think there's a staggering number of social engineers around. I've made it largely pretty clear who I think they are. And I mean, then there's a lot of people who get socially engineered and then can inadvertently become part of the operation. If you're sending out a message saying, where we go one, we go all. I don't follow anonymous people, irrespective of what they say or do. I don't pledge allegiance to things that I don't know what they are. I find that incredibly foolish that anybody would do that. There's another GNC out of business. Not good. Yeah, so, you know, we had Twitter yesterday. Who was it? Glenn Greenwald saying, oh, what happens if Google gets involved? Well, I guess today Google got involved. They eliminated some people who they consider, I guess, fake news, or I don't know what they said. I saw a post by Amazing Polly, who I think Amazing Polly does amazing research. I've watched a lot of her videos. She's raised a lot of points that are excellent. I disagree with some of the things that she says. I just disagree with blindly following anonymous things. I don't know why anybody would agree to that. But at the same time, there could be multiple reasons why. You know, we're in a place where YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, any of these things can just remove you for whatever reason they choose. So crowdsource the truth could be next. I don't know. They tried to hit the Vimeo channel yesterday. That seems part of this same effort to shut people up. So people can follow. I don't talk about this that often, so let me do it. I want people to know they can find Crowdsource the Truth on BitChute. A lot of people say, oh, go to BitChute. And I imagine that would be people who are kind of like fans of BitChute. And if even the fans of BitChute don't know that we're on BitChute, it doesn't speak very well for BitChute's reach, but perhaps these things will start becoming more important. BitChute.com, go on, Crowdsource the Truth. I prefer actually for people to go and get onto banned.video, BANNED, banned, like that. Banned.video on InfoWars, people can now watch Crowdsource the Truth videos on there. I'm building up the library on there. Thanks to Alex Jones and his crew at InfoWars for allowing us to participate with that. That is an excellent thing. People can see this video from the other night, the sponsor exclusive, previously sponsor exclusive. Now it's free, and I think something like 20,000 people have watched it. It's now free on banned, BANNED.video for people to watch. So, you know, Alex Jones saw this coming. He got taken out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. When was it? So he had the wherewithal and the finances to create his own server for all of his videos. More people should go and watch on there. Crowdsource the Truth is doing the same thing. Not as big as what Alex Jones has done. I'm not going to really be able to invite other people to use it because that just takes too many resources and too much money. But all the Crowdsource the Truth sponsor exclusive videos will be on there. So here's a guy who's smoking a cigarette right in front of me. I was inhaling the cigarette. He's got a mask, so he wants people to wear masks. because I guess he's afraid about what's coming out of other people's mouths, but he doesn't care about what his cigarette is doing to other people. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. Oh, that's a cool mural. Haven't seen before. Batman, oh, with masks, maybe not. So I guess that's pretty new. Somebody painted Batman and Thor and Wonder Woman wearing masks. And it looks like Batman is wearing a gay one. I wonder if Batman will sue some unknown person for copyright infringement like the Emmys. I'm really eager to see what the Emmys will have to say about the answer that's been filed. This Mobile Mart, I'm pretty sure, this used to be a Lukoil, which was, I think, a Russian. People can fact check that. I thought that Lukoil was a Russian thing. Let me find out about that. But I want to just help people understand what they're looking at. Be careful of getting caught up in social engineering operations. It took me quite a while to even know what it is. You know, when I first started, I had no idea what... Now, wait a minute. I just made a wrong turn here. Let me figure out where I'm going. It gets a little confusing once you get down, you know, into the village here below 14th Street. I'm just getting too far. I'm going to get a little bit further east here. But yeah, I want people to be careful for social engineering ops, be skeptical of certainly anonymous people, be skeptical of things that don't make any sense. Like if you've known about something for 11 years, why are you bringing it out 2 weeks before the election? Why, if there is a journalist with a 30-year career and a following of hundreds of thousands of people who's already been retweeted by the president, why would you bring it to some unknown journalist with a questionable background as a professional liar playing poker? I just don't understand why you would do that. That doesn't make sense. And when things don't make sense, you should question them. When anonymous people tell you to do things, you should question that. I hope people will check out the interview from earlier today with Ron Paul. I thought it was really good. Dr. Paul has a lot of great insights. He's a medical doctor. He knows a whole bunch about, well, he was in Congress many terms, so he knows all about the intersection of government and public health and all that kind of thing. And had a lot of great insights to share with us. Always nice speaking with Dr. Paul. That was really only the second time I spoke to him. He was briefly, people might recall, briefly on the show. I spoke to him for a few seconds before his presentation at Acapulco. Some of these nice neighborhoods have just been totally bombed with graffiti. Oh yeah, did I ever show this to people? When I was checking out the video from that nurse, Erin what was her name? Ostrowski, something like that. That video was released by something called, what was it called? I forget the name of the company. It's a YouTube channel, but there was a, like something Man Productions. I forget the name. People remember. Oh, look at that. FedEx got a ticket. But there was an identically named film production company in that building over there, which is now being constructed. And it's right next to a yoga center. Look at these crazy masks. Just more graffiti everywhere. Everybody's just destroying the place. Troubling. I forgot to mention to Dr. Paul, because he raised some points about education. Later tonight, I'm going to have a teacher from the New York City public school, system coming on, talking about some of the mandates that are being placed on teachers and students. I really want to dig into what's going on with Andrew Cuomo. The fact that he was overhauling Medicaid, and Dr. Paul spoke about this a bit, that Medicaid is like welfare, Medicare is just like government health insurance. I mean, again, I'm not sure that I understand what those things are all about. But we got Cuomo overhauling Medicaid in January 2020 with the New York Times saying, how do you fix a $6.1 billion shortfall? You know, screw around with healthcare spending. So then what happened immediately after that? There's something to look at here. And you know, Cuomo's writing all these books.
And it was $100.
Get a loud Canadian person there. Anyway, that's basically what I wanted to say. I'll be back later tonight. Interview with a teacher named Michael Caine, not the funny British actor, but a teacher from the New York City public school system. Very interested to see what Mr. Caine has to say. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Please stay with us. Sponsors, we're going to have that video server back up. Well, not back, but a new video server hosting the videos that will bring the sponsor-exclusive video library back. And this is affecting all shows. The Moriartys have been emailing me. Ole has been emailing me. David Hawkins. Everybody who has a sponsor-exclusive show has been affected by this. And again, none of these big tech thingamajigs are, you know, sending you an email saying, hey, you know, at this time in the video, you or the person you're interviewing says X, Y, or Z, and that specifically is harmful, illegal, or wrong for whatever reason. And if you delete that, you're okay. They don't say anything like that. I don't know what this is. City and county school. Some kind of school. And then there's got this big column thing in the middle of New York City. I've never seen this before that I can recall. What is it? Air Force Mechanical. Huh. I think that's a joke. They're dealing with air conditioning. But I think Dr. Paul was a flight surgeon in the Air Force. Maybe people will know what this is. It's got a Liberty Bell up there. Can we see that? Not sure what that is. All right, anyway, that's going to be all for right now. I'll be back tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day.